Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now today we're going to take a look at Fly for Fun, or Fly for short. This is a free-to-play 3D anime MMORPG. It has really cool cartoony and aspects, a lot of the typical stuff you see in a lot of MMORPGs. But let's get started and go through our character creation so you guys can see what that's all about. The character creation is pretty basic, nothing too exciting. There's not a lot of little tweaks and character customization. Let's go ahead and name our character. Go with a female. You got a few different face options and a couple different hairstyles. You can't even change the hair color, you just go with the hairstyles. Let's go ahead and enter our secondary pin, just in case. Make sure that we don't get hacked. So that character name is already in use. So let's add an N and go OK. So there we go, we've created our character. As you can see, there's not a lot there, but I wanted you guys to see that so you could see the basics of it. And once you get into the game, one thing to know about Fly for Fun is the game is on version 16. It's been updated a ton. As you can see behind this little info screen, there's a ton of people still running around. There's a ton of people that still play this game. You can see they're in all kinds of different outfits and things like that. And we do have this little info pang right here, which is essentially your introduction and your tutorial that'll walk you through the basics of the game. Let's get started and get running through and see what they have to tell us about. So let's go through the character movement. Character movement is WASD, or you can point and click on the ground. So there you go. You see, you've got two options. It's kind of nice to have both options, especially sometimes when you're doing something else and you just want to click really far away and just take off in that direction. So there you go. As he's talking about it, WASD, and X if you want to walk, and X again if you want to go ahead and run. So pretty simple stuff. They keep it basic. Jump, and you can jump ridiculously high. You figure if this person is about 5 or 6 feet, we're jumping almost 2.5 times the size of them. So pretty crazy. Use your right click to rotate around your camera. Sorry. The one thing that I don't like in some games is, as you notice, once I get to the end of the screen, I can't rotate anymore. So I wish they would unlock the camera and let it keep going. But not a big deterrent as far as I'm concerned. You can also move your camera around with your arrow keys as you see there. So let's continue on and click the start button, and you can expand the camera option under the video tab, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and move forward and pick up our first quest here. So let's talk to this person. Welcome Vagrant. Then you start out as a Vagrant, and then I believe it's once you reach level 15 that you actually have to go through this quest process, and that's when you actually choose your first job. It's not actually a classed job. And then once you reach level 60, you choose, I believe it's 60, you choose your second job. Then you go up to 120, and at that point in time, you become like a master of your job, and you can actually revert back to 60 and go through with all these enhanced powers and enhanced skills and stuff like that to be able to level up again, but you're level up much more powerful. So it's kind of a cool little thing, and it extends the gameplay out very far, especially when the game world is so large. So let's pick up this first quest. Welcome Vagrant, my name is I help guide vagrants here, so let's move on. Since you're new to town, I'll give you a simple mission and help you get up to speed. There are many abbots and mushpangs that wander near the town, cause trouble for some residents. Can we 5 abbots and 3 mushpangs? Sure, why not? Let's go ahead and take care of those. That'll get us right into combat. As you can see, the music is pretty upbeat. I am worried that it is a little bit too loud, so I'm gonna take it down a little bit. At that time, we can take a look at the options. So as you see here, you got your video and your audio options, and take your music down just like that. So there we go. The music's a little bit lower. Let's take the sound effects down just a little bit, just in case. So there's your basic options. But let's head outside of town, and we've got our little guy here who can tell us more if we really want to know about it. And let's bring up our map. There's the basics of our map. We can see where we're at right there. And let's go ahead and close the map. And let's see what items we have. So we do have our inventory, and we do have some lollipops, some biscuits, and town Blinkwing, which will teleport us back to the nearest town. And these are some recovery items that'll recover our hit points. So once we get hurt and take some damage. And you can see here we've already got some of these in our hotkeys. And with the hotkeys, we've we use the F keys instead of the 1, 2, 3, 4, stuff like that. So here's one of those abbots. Let's jump right in and start some combat. And you just go ahead and double click on them, and you'll start whacking away at them. And the experience does pile up pretty quick, but as you can see, it's taking a little bit to take them down. Let's see, do I have any skills that I can use? We did get some coin, some pena, which is essentially the game's... I'm not sure how long that guy's name is going to last, but whatever. Let's see if we do have any skills. So here's our skill tree. Under K, we have no skill points and we have no skills. So right now, we are skillless. So we're going to have to just kind of beat on these guys in the basic way. And I am still very worried that you guys are not going to be able to hear me, so I am going to turn this music down a little bit more. It seems like it keeps going back up every time it changes songs, but that's okay. We'll take care of that. So here's a Captain Abbott. Let's go ahead and take him on and see if we can actually take him out. So you see the combat is pretty basic. The style of the game is very anime or cartoon inspired. It's very kid-centric, but this game has been around quite a while, and you know, it still amazes me, some of these games that are a little bit older, how many people do play them. But you know, when you think about it, not everybody upgrades their computer on a regular basis, so it makes sense that some of these games do still have such a loyal following and a loyal base of players that play the game and start new characters, and they get their friends to start characters and stuff like that. There's also something to be said for games with a lot of longevity as far as the players that they can keep. And you know, players, as anybody knows, when you play an MMO and you've been playing it for a while, you do want to take and you do develop your character after a while. And you know, there's even people that still play games that go as far back as, you know, Ultima Online, which I believe was 90, around 90, the middle of 97 when that came out. People that still play MUDs like Gemstone 3 and stuff like that. So it never ceases to amaze me, the things that people still play. But you know, this game does, like I said, it has a ton of content, so that's one thing that it has going for it. On top of that, you know, as far as the structure behind the game, the UI, as you can see, is very simple. Oh, I did level up. But what I was saying is the UI is very simple. The game is very easy to play, is easy to pick up. So you know, it does have a lot of those simple allures that a lot of people like. And there's a lot of basics behind just going out and doing quests and playing with your friends, especially if your friends like to play this game. So let's go to our skill tab, and we do have 2 skill points. Let's see, I think we need a character level 3 for clean hit. So we're gonna have to level up a little bit more. Let's take out a few more of these guys, and let's bring up message box, only a lord can use. Let's see, maybe Q. There we go. So Q brings up our quest list, and we've got we've got Flaris. So there we go. Double click it, venture this world, and it takes a little bit. So we have defeated all the abbots. Now we need to find some mushpangs to go ahead and take them out and complete our quest. We did see some small mushpangs, but we did take one of those out, and that didn't count. So let's continue on, and it's basic. Left click to pick up items, and once again, there's a small mushpang. Those are not the guys that we need. We need just the regular mushpangs. Let's see if we can find one. Actually, let's take another one of these guys out while we look around. So as you can see, the game does have a premium item shop, and you know, you go into that, and this is a cash shop based game. It doesn't have a subscription, so it is free to play for a lot of people who are wondering, even though that's all the videos I do is for free to play games. But almost taking him out, and you can see that his hit points are right there. A couple more shots. Hopefully I can level up pretty quick. As you can see, 15%, and that gave me basically 20% of my actual experience. Let's just take out a few more of these guys. They don't take too long, and that should actually help level me up, and then I'll be able to get into the skills section. R brings up your furniture storage. Let's see what else we got. T will open and close this window here. Y brings up your housing. So as you can see, the game does have a lot of depth to it, especially with the housing and furniture and stuff like that. I your inventory. You see I got this Twinkle Stone, which is a quest item that drops from the abbot. I don't have that quest yet. And you've got some emocons, so you can do different stuff with that. Let's take out some more of these guys. there's O. P brings up your party screen, so you do have, if you have a party, you can go ahead and open up this screen and see different things about, different characteristics about the different people in your party. And we're at 50%, so let's see if we can keep going. And L brings up this message box that only a Lord can use. K brings up your skill tree. J brings up your item duration, so if you've got item shop items. And then here we go. We do have some stat points that we got for gaining a level. Looks like we get 2 stat points per level. So let's go ahead and put those all into strength right now. That'll help increase our attack and help us do more damage. So yep, we want to do that. So no, we're not gonna join your party. Sorry, we're not gonna join your party. So let's keep moving around. She's gonna keep asking me about joining the party, and I'm out of here. So let's keep moving around. G brings up your guild window. F brings up your couple information. So if you do get a couple or anything like that, or pick up somebody that you, I think you could do weddings and marriages and stuff like that inside the game. Let's jump over here and check out what's over there. And you can see you don't actually swim, you just run right through the water, which is kind of interesting. You can see there's just tons and tons of monsters on the screen here too. So let's actually zoom in. And the nice thing is you can, let's see how far we can zoom out on this. And actually, it looks like it's all still in our close range. So unfortunately we can't see where these mush pangs are. But let's see if we can keep moving around and find them. See, we're over here, and unfortunately our quest screen does not tell us where these guys are, or nope, it doesn't. So we can't just click on them and find them. Let's close these out, close that map out. Let's keep taking these guys out. We got another one of those twinkle stones, and we're about to level up so we can get there's our couple screen again. V doesn't do anything. Let's pick up these items real quick. B will bring up your backpack and your different bags, which is kind of interesting because you have your inventory and your backpack. I'm guessing maybe your backpack is for your extra bags. So you've got your basic items that'll go in here, and then you can purchase in the item shop. You could purchase extra bags, and then those will be your backpack right there. And then N closes your little navigator or your mini map, and then M brings up your giant map. So let's go ahead and head in a different direction and see if we can't find these mush pangs. Well, that's the way we just came from. Let's turn around real quick and start cruising along in this direction. But you can see the game is really well put together, has a lot of content, tons of content actually, and tons of different monsters that you can go out and fight and attack and have fun, and tons of different quests. And obviously the game is fly for free, so that's one thing that you want to keep in mind is once you reach level 20, you are able to fly around, and that it will become your main mode of transportation. Now I'm looking at this little arrow above my head, and I was hoping that would lead me to these mush pangs, but I think it was just leading me to where these abbot guys are. So let's see if they're over in this direction. I feel like I keep going in circles, which for some of you guys who maybe know the game, I may be going in circles. But you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and level up on these guys so we can take a look at the skill window before I have to take off. But going back to the flying around, that does become your major mode of transportation, and there's different flying mounts and stuff like that you can pick up. And that really is this really was one of the first games to introduce flying mounts. And you know, it is really cool to be able to fly around. You get a completely different perspective, changes your entire experience as far as the game is concerned. So looks like one more and we should level up, and there it is. Congratulations, now level 3, and I can finally give this clean hit some skill points. So let's see, how many skill points can we give it? Let's give it all of them. So let's go ahead and hit OK, confirm, and then let's go ahead and assign that a hotkey. So let's go ahead and assign it there, F1, and let's use it so you guys can see the awesome animation that goes along with clean hit. So it wasn't anything spectacular, but we do have a skill now, and we can use it to take these guys out. I think this guy's asking, are you a man? Yes, I am, but I'm not going to tell you. Hablas Español. A little bit, but I don't have time to talk to you right now. Should I reply back to him? No, I'm just gonna cruise away. Oh, Is that it? Did we finally find our mushpangs? We found small mushpangs, and maybe amongst it looks like we've got a mushroom village. We'll find our regular mushpangs. There they are. Finally found them. So we're gonna go ahead and take these guys out and head back for our quest. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. And if you'd like to play or learn more about Fly for Fun or Fly for Short, you can read our full review at MMOden.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.